Most people blame stress, or getting older, or just not sleeping enough. But what if the real reason you feel off, the fatigue, the mood shifts, the weight that won't move, isn't any of those things? What if it's your hormones, and they've been quietly out of balance for longer than you think? In this video, we're going through 7 specific signs, and we'll save the most overlooked one for the end, because most people never connect it to hormones at all. Hormonal balance affects nearly every system in the body: energy, mood, metabolism, sleep, and recovery. Health research consistently shows that even subtle imbalances can have wide-reaching effects that people rarely connect back to their hormones. Clinics are increasingly observing these patterns, particularly in adults over 40. And what the research makes clear is that these aren't just isolated symptoms. They're signals from interconnected systems. Let's go through them, starting with the one that affects nearly everyone. Sign number 1, chronic fatigue. You're sleeping, you're resting, but you still feel like you're running on empty. And it's been going on long enough that it's starting to feel normal. This type of fatigue, the kind that doesn't respond to sleep, is one of the most consistent signals of hormonal disruption, not ordinary tiredness. A deeper kind. Hormones act as the body's internal messaging system. When that messaging is disrupted, even slightly, the instructions your cells receive about how to produce energy start breaking down. Your mitochondria, which power your cells, are directly influenced by hormonal signals. Health research shows that people experiencing hormonal imbalance frequently report fatigue as their first and most persistent symptom, often years before other signs become obvious. It's not laziness. It's your body working with a disrupted instruction manual. And when energy runs low consistently, something else shifts. Your emotional stability, which is exactly what sign number 2 is about. Sign number 2, mood swings and irritability. You snap at something small and catch yourself thinking, "That's not me." Or you feel a wave of anxiety that doesn't have a clear source. Or a flatness that makes the things you used to enjoy feel distant. Mood is not purely psychological. It is deeply hormonal. The same chemicals that regulate your energy and metabolism also regulate how your brain processes stress and emotion. When key hormones drift out of their optimal range, which happens gradually, often unnoticed, the brain's ability to maintain emotional stability is directly affected. This isn't weakness. It's chemistry. What makes this sign particularly important is the feedback loop it creates. Emotional stress elevates cortisol. Elevated cortisol further disrupts hormonal balance. And the cycle continues, getting harder to break the longer it goes unaddressed. But here's what most people don't realize. Those same hormonal shifts affecting your mood are also quietly changing your body composition. That's sign number 3. Sign number 3, stubborn weight gain. You haven't changed much about how you eat. You're still moving around the same amount, but the weight, particularly around your midsection, is increasing, or at least refusing to shift. This is one of the most searched and least understood symptoms of hormonal imbalance. And the frustrating reality is that traditional approaches, eating less, moving more, often have minimal effect when the underlying hormonal environment is disrupted. Hormones govern how your body stores and burns fat. When cortisol is chronically elevated, the body preferentially deposits fat around the abdomen. When insulin sensitivity shifts, energy that should fuel your cells gets stored instead. When key sex hormones decline, muscle maintenance weakens and fat storage increases. Health research consistently links hormonal imbalance with changes in body composition that don't respond to conventional diet adjustments alone. It's not a willpower problem, it's a hormonal one. And the metabolic disruption driving that weight gain doesn't stop at your waistline. It follows you into the night, which is exactly what sign number 4 reveals. Sign number 4, poor sleep quality. The alarm goes off and you feel like you just closed your eyes. Or you wake at 3 a.m., mind already running, and can't get back to sleep. Or you sleep a full 8 hours and still feel like you got 4. Sleep quality is one of the clearest windows into hormonal health. Melatonin, cortisol, and growth hormone all operate on precise timing cycles, and when those hormones are disrupted, sleep quality is one of the first casualties. Cortisol is meant to be low at night, allowing the body to rest and repair. When it stays elevated, the nervous system remains on alert. Sleep becomes light, broken, and unrestorative. A deep sleep, the phase where your body actually repairs itself, is significantly reduced. The downstream effects of this are significant. Poor hormonal sleep means poor cellular repair, reduced immunity, impaired cognitive function, and accelerated aging at the biological level. The research on this is consistent and clear, and when your body isn't recovering at night, what you feel the next day goes beyond tiredness. It chips away at something deeper, your drive and focus. That's sign number 5. Sign number 5, low drive and motivation. It's not that you don't care. It's that the feeling that used to push you, the drive, the want, has gone quiet. Goals that once energized you feel distant. Starting things feels harder than it should. Motivation isn't purely mental. It's hormonal. Testosterone, dopamine pathways, and thyroid function all play direct roles in the brain's ability to initiate, sustain, and reward action. When these hormones decline or fall out of balance, the brain's reward system dampens. The internal signal that says this is worth doing becomes quieter, and what looks like a mindset problem is often a biochemical one. Research consistently shows that adults experiencing hormonal decline report reduced motivation as a core symptom, one that responds when the underlying hormonal environment is supported. Which means this isn't a character flaw, it's a signal. Low drive and poor recovery often go hand in hand because the same hormonal shifts affecting your motivation are also slowing your body's ability to rebuild. That's sign number 6. Sign number 6, weak muscle and slow recovery. A workout that used to leave you pleasantly tired now wipes you out for 2 days. Strength you maintained easily is harder to hold. Your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to. Muscle maintenance and repair are among the most hormone-dependent processes in the human body. Growth hormone, testosterone, and IGF-1, an insulin-like growth factor, work together to signal muscle tissue to repair and grow after exertion. When these hormones decline, the repair signal weakens. Recovery slows. And because muscle is the body's primary metabolic tissue, its decline affects energy regulation, fat distribution, joint health, and insulin sensitivity. All at once. Health research identifies muscle loss and slow recovery as key markers of hormonal aging, not just physical aging. The two are directly linked, and addressing the hormonal environment is where meaningful change tends to begin. And when the body's ability to rebuild and recover is compromised, it shows up in the final sign, the one that encompasses everything we've covered. Sign number 7. Sign number 7, declining vitality. This is the sign that's hardest to name and the easiest to normalize. It's not one specific symptom, it's a quiet overall dimming. You used to feel present, engaged, like you had reserves. Now you get through the day, but the margin is thinner. The things that used to feel easy feel like more effort, and you've started adjusting your expectations of what's possible. This is what happens when several hormonal systems drift simultaneously over a period of years. Each imbalance compounds the others. Fatigue feeds mood disruption. Poor sleep accelerates muscle loss. Low drive reduces activity. And the cumulative result is a life that works, but doesn't feel fully alive. The research on hormonal vitality is consistent. This kind of decline is not inevitable, and it is not irreversible, but it does require recognizing what's happening and then actually addressing it. Naming it is the first step. Here's what I want you to take from this. Hormonal imbalance is not rare. It's not a sign that something is fundamentally broken. It's one of the most common and most addressable patterns in adult health, and it responds to consistent support. This is rarely about medication. The research points to lifestyle factors, sleep quality, stress management, nutritional support, and recovery as the primary levers that move the needle on hormonal balance. Small, consistent changes in the right areas tend to create compounding improvements across all the signs we've discussed. Your body wants to find balance. It just needs the right environment to do it. Some people find it helpful to support their hormonal health with natural methods as part of their daily routine. I've left a resource in the description below. No pressure, just there if it's relevant to where you are. Before you go, take a moment to think about how many of those 7 signs you recognized in yourself. 1 or 2 is common. 3 or more. Is your body consistently trying to tell you something worth listening to? If this was useful, subscribe. Every week, we break down health patterns like this in plain language, backed by research, focused on what actually matters as you get older. Your body responds to what you do consistently. That's both the challenge and the opportunity. We'll